my gosh, for some reason it's boiling. It's 12:30 on a Thursday, so we're together. And it's Stephanie Fine MD, that's me, Stephanie Fine MD. So the website is www.stephaniefinemd.com. And if you go there, you can sign up for the Ounce of Prevention. And the Ounce of Prevention is what we're doing here today. So every Thursday morning you'll get it in your inbox, and then here at 12:30 we talk a little more deeply about it. And this week we're talking about TV. Now, I love TV. TV has been such a helpful thing in my life in so many different times. I'm going to go into that in a minute. But the reason we're talking about TV is because I am giving a talk tomorrow on a wellness summit by Dr. Orlena. If you go to drorlena.com, it's drorlena.com. You can sign up for the summit right there. It's free this week. Tomorrow, Friday, is my talk. My talk is Yo-Yo No More, 3 proven strategies to keep your weight loss off for good, or something like that. Anyway, the point is 3 proven strategies for weight loss maintenance. And where I got those from, and they're scientifically proven, is from the National Weight Control Registry, which is this awesome collection of people who have lost at least 30 pounds and kept it off at least a year. And of course, there's a bunch of different places, amounts of time and amounts of weight. What's fantastic to have in that group of people, and there are over 10,000 people in that group, is that you can do research with them. And that's what the proven strategies are about. So the 3 top ones I talked about in the talk tomorrow. You can sign up for that wellness summit and you can get the 3. But there was a 4th that I did not do in the talk, and I'm going to talk about it here. And I went into it a little bit on the Ounce of Prevention that you got in your inbox. But here I'm going to talk about it in a more in-depth way. And the point about it is, the 2/3 of the people who have kept weight off long-term and lost a significant amount of weight and kept it off long-term, they watch less than 10 hours of television a week. So it makes perfect sense to me. And again, not that television is evil, because it isn't. And I certainly have gone through times when I've watched lots of TV. I actually remember this was right after residency, so many years ago, I actually had to call up and stop cable because I was watching it too much. It was environmental control. I needed environmental control for television because otherwise I was just sitting there watching it. Now, the reason why, to me, it makes sense is because what starts to happen is when you are maintaining your weight loss, so you've lost weight and you're maintaining it, you have to figure out a way to deal with using food for comfort. Because if we continue to use food to sort of put a Band-Aid on all our feelings, we can't maintain a weight loss. So if you're successfully maintaining a weight loss, you figured something out. It may be controlled. You may have done a little bit. You may still be doing some emotional eating, but you've done something with it, and which is super important. One of the things about that is that you start to notice, food doesn't solve the problem. Now, it solves it temporarily, very temporarily, and then creates more problems. So, it's on that list of like with alcohol and drugs and, causing major issues. And TV could sort of fit in there. Now, that's when you're getting really, you're getting rid of everything. Like there's no alcohol, minimally. You're not using anything to escape, is my point. Now, and television is one that we can use for escape. And sometimes it's the perfect thing because it's not calories. When you're deliberately comforting with television, all good for you. You know what I mean? Like when you're thinking to yourself, this is such a difficult situation for me. I'm having so much angst right now. I need a break. And then you pop on Netflix. That to me is good thinking, smart thinking. Now, you're going to need to figure out what's going on and how you can really, how you can ultimately soothe yourself. But if you need a mental break, TV's fabulous. I think that's what, there's tons of other things. There's needlepoint, there's, going out for a walk. There's a million other things, but television is certainly one of them. So, love TV. That's what I was going to say, figuring it out. So, when my father was very ill, he was in and out of the hospital, mostly in the hospital, and I was going back and forth a lot. And in my I was so, it was such a difficult time that in that time, I literally watched every single Gilmore Girls episode, like the whole entire series. And I was so thankful. I was so thankful that they had made 6 seasons of Gilmore Girls, because I really needed it. So TV could be amazing. The piece that I'm talking about, that the maintainers are only doing 10 hours, and to me that's 10 deliberate hours. Like, I want to find out what's going on in the news, or I want to turn off my brain and watch, HGTV, or I want to learn this, so I'm going to watch this documentary, like deliberate TV. Or when I get up in the morning, I like to have it on in the background. This is what I'm talking about. But the hours and hours and hours and hours, separate of if you're going through something, is losing the time. So what happens when you are maintaining your weight loss, it means you got a lot of things going for you. So you figured out food, on some level, you're planning your food, you know what you're eating, you have that dialed in. You have space in your brain. You have tons of space, because you're not worrying, and I look fat in this, and now what clothes am I going to wear, and I have to run out and buy anything. You don't have to do any of that, because maintenance means you're doing your thing. So now you have time and space. Are you going to fill it with TV? You can. And if you're getting comfort from it and choosing it deliberately, that's one thing. But when you know that it's hours and hours, when you know that you've watched too much and now you're not going to get enough sleep, when you know it doesn't feel right, that's the TV I'm talking about. And that's the TV that I believe the maintainers are not watching. They know that when they go to bed, when they turn off the TV at 9 o'clock, they have enough time to do their nighttime routine, they turn everything off, they can go to sleep, they can get their 7 hours. That's TV is designed to suck you in. That happened the other day too. It's designed to do it. So it's not that it's so easy, but those are the hours I'm talking about. Those hours I want you to recoup, because sleeping better will help you lose and maintain weight. Going out for exercise will help you lose and maintain weight. So those kinds of things then you end up having time for when you are more deliberate about your TV watching. And I just love the space that you have when you're dialed in with your food. You can pursue dreams, truly, because we can spend so much time worrying about food. How much have I eaten? How much can I eat? What if I do this? Well, I can't go on the vacation. I can't, it's too much. So when you're maintaining, you have some freed up space. And that's where you come out. Like your passions, your thing, the things that make you you. That's where it is. That's what yo-yo dieting can steal from you. But when you have space for it, it's really great. So last thing is, I happened to read an article this morning about a woman who gave up TV for a month. And it was just super interesting about the things that she decided to do. So she said she went to bed earlier, they walked the dog a little longer, and she read all the magazines that were on her nightstand. It's this sort of thing. It just allows you to sort of be a little more creative, and then to see what's really important to you. Maybe you throw away the magazines because you're like, what do I don't need these, I don't enjoy it. Or maybe I'm going to make some time for this. So TV turns out to be a really interesting topic and relevant to weight loss maintenance. So I would love, and in one of my Facebook posts, I told you that Columbo is my favorite TV show of all time, which it totally is. I loved Peter Falk, sweet man. And it's the 60s sets that I just love. You know, the mustard carpets and those huge couches. So fun. So anyway, that's TV and weight loss maintenance. Now, make sure to see join the summit. So tomorrow you can see the talk. My talk's at 13 minutes. And it's at drorlina.com. And if you want to sign up for Ounce of Prevention, that's stephaniefinemd.com. So good to see you. I love talking with you. I will talk to you again next week because that's what we do around here. And see you then. Bye.